Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Awesomecast, which is what I have now decided to call my weekly streams. I have with me my co-host, Kawil. Greet the audience, Kawil.
Soundwave superior. Disney chills inferior.
Very nice Soundwave impression.
Thank you.
Are you actually going to do that for the whole stream?
No. It actually hurts my throat.
Okay. You've all seen the title of this video, Vader's Fist, which is what I shall now be calling you all since I have now hit 5,501 subs. So the title of the stream speaks for itself. So let us go. All right. Do you want to do the Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back does not hold up, or how Disney fixed the lightsaber fights?
Lightsabers. Oh, this ought to be good.
Okay. So I have seen this guy, Max of Zorro's video, one of his videos before, his video on TCW. He's in the middle of doing a series covering each video that Filoni was personally involved with.
All right.
And it turns out he thinks that Disney fixed lightsaber fights. Let us see who is in the chat right now. Solar Voludan, welcome to the stream.
Hello, Solar.
Gil Hermie, Heil Kaiser. Right. I don't know if I can do a very good German accent, so. Well, I just caught it on the most wonderful of frames. All right, let us.
Hello there.
Okay. 19 minutes. Let us get cooking.
Hello there, and welcome to the Disney Star Wars Writers Room. You must be nervous.
Holy cow, I recognize that clip from Psych. You could have been a man of class, but you had to make this stupid video 3 months ago.
I know I was on my first day here, but don't you worry. I'm here to teach you everything you need to know about how to write for Star Wars in current year. Over the course of these training videos, you will learn a myriad of different modern writing techniques, including why cause and effect is for losers, how to emasculate your male heroes in favor of younger, less problematic protagonists, as well as a compendium on manipulating your audience through the use of cute droid sidekicks. But that's all a bit advanced for our first lesson. Today, we're going to talk about something a little smaller scale, something less consequential to Star Wars as an IP. Today, we're going to talk about lightsaber fights. Now, if you're coming into this knowing absolutely nothing about lightsabers,
okay. So far, it seems like he's off to a not so bad start. I'd almost be convinced he's not trying to defend Disney for a second.
It might change in a couple of minutes.
It might. Arsonist, hello there. Welcome to the stream. Hello there. I have to clip that.
sabers, don't sweat it. Here at Disney, being completely unfamiliar with the subject matter you're writing is not only acceptable, it's a prerequisite. Write what you know, more like write what you don't know and change it until it fits your worldview. In fact, the first rule of writing for a Disney project is don't get caught up in trying to make sure everything in your story makes sense or fits canon or whatever. The only people who really care about that stuff are the toxic fans, you know, the type who complain for hours and hours about world building and consistency and blah blah blah.
Dude,
yes.
don't put red letter media in there. And I believe, with the exception of Ryan Cannell, most of these guys, I know Critical Drinker is a fence writer and a fake Star Wars fan, so there's that. I don't know about Nerdrotic though. I do know he's a grifter. At least that's what United Spacers Alliance said.
Blah. We don't need that type of negativity here. And besides, we already have a process where every Star Wars script goes through a final vetting process with this guy named Pablo, our resident lore master. And it's his
screw him.
Yeah.
His job to read through your script and make sure it doesn't contradict with something from Star Wars history.
I don't even think he does squat at Disney. That story group does jack shit.
No.
Nothing. Okay, get to the part where I can finally start ripping into this video, because so far it doesn't look like you're saying anything too out of the ordinary here.
I know, one guy responsible for all of that. Isn't it great? So you just let him worry about all that nerd stuff while you focus on writing the story the way you want to. Now, if you're anything like the rest of us Disney writers, you're probably feeling the itch to want to be super subversive in your writing. I love it. That's great. Hold on to that mentality. Subversion is such a cheap and easy way to get people talking about your project. Drum up some controversy. But the best way to be subversive is to first get a good surface level understanding of the way things used to work so that you know how best to undercut and reshape it to fit your narrative. And when it comes to lightsaber combat, the best place to begin is with lightsaber training. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Max, I wasn't going to have the characters in my story do any training at all. Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally with you on that. Training sequences in movies are so boring, and they never ever do anything to give insight into the characters or their worldviews at all. They just take up runtime where more important scenes could go. But from time to time,
Was this a clickbaity title and I fell for it?
I think it was. Also, sword fights in general doesn't explain things, they show you.
Okay. I think I may have fallen for a clickbaity title. 7 forms of lightsaber combat, physics of lightsabers, lightsaber damage. Okay, I actually think I fell for a clickbaity title. Damn it. I'm going to have to alter this. Whoops. Okay, then we're going to have to find something else to Star Wars Meg. This is a good one. Always fall back on Star Wars Meg when you got nothing else. Okay. Whoops. My bad, guys. And then we'll cover Sheev Talks. Yep, he is the other victim on our list. Okay. Brace yourself.
Star Wars fans are going to hate these news.
When was it that this was 7 days ago? This was last week.
Huh.
Okay.
Hello there, my dear friends.
Dislikes?
What was it? 71 or 71 to 1.2 thousand? Just 71. This needs to be higher. I never had a problem with the characters or the actors that played them. Okay, congratulations. You have absolutely no problem being called a racist by John Boyega.
My problem was the inconsistencies between each movie. Force Awakens has so much potential, yeah right, and was killed by the next director, obviously, and his stuff was killed by the next film from the previous director. The flow of the trilogy did not complement each other. Each movie felt like its own entity.
My fault for recommending that video to react to. It's all good, Solar. You probably didn't know it was clickbait. But next time, check, okay? Well, he is chief something officer, so of course he is involved in everything Star Wars. Hopefully he can bring some balance. Good Lord. Zip back your pants up. All right. Let's get into the video proper because the quicker we get through this, the less I have to listen to Meg's robotic voice.
Yep.
And welcome back to another Star Wars video. So today we are diving into the crazy world of Star Wars rumors. During these down periods where there is very little Star Wars content, it's always fun to discuss the latest so-called rumors and leaks.
Because we have to keep our channels going, because without any Star Wars news, we're dead in the water and we can't pay our bills.
Yep.
Because we built our entire channels on a house of cards. This is why you don't make channels talking about news like this, especially for like one franchise. It's always going to come back to bite you in the ass when there's no news to be had.
Even especially if the news are false.
Oh, God.
Now, today's information comes from the same source who told us that various Mandoverse directors had pitched their own Star Wars movies to Lucasfilm. So do take this with a huge grain of salt. But
so much of a grain of salt, you could fill an entire planet with it. Oh,
I think
Christ.
that's the planet from Last Jedi.
That's great.
Yep.
Well, that's just great. Or Why am I making sequel trilogy puns now? Kill me. I shouldn't be doing that. That's just prime. Very little Star Wars content. There hasn't been any new Star Wars content for 11 years other than the SWTOR updates. The last Star Wars movie came out in 2005.
Also want to acknowledge that to my mind, this rumor does sound pretty legit. Likely
Well, technically, you don't have a mind. We're pretty much convinced you're an AI or a robot or a soulless husk.
Also, legit?
What do you mean?
No, she says that she's getting her news as legit. What does that mean?
It's legitimate? Or she thinks it's, it could be true?
Let's hope not.
Or let's hope so, because that means Disney loses money even faster.
Good.
to be true, just based on what we know about certain creatives, the positions they hold at Lucasfilm, and things they've said. So apparently,
My eyes have gone blind because of all the Disney trilogy footage she's playing on the screen right now. I can't see. I can't see, guys. I've gone blind. I'm blind.
And also the stupid Star Wars Next Subscribe logo.
The what?
The subscribe logo.
Oh. I didn't know they changed it. YouTube changes so much around here, I cannot keep track.
I don't.
one of Dave Filoni's
I don't actually keep track of it. It's a miracle
Okay.
I'm around YouTube.
upcoming Star Wars projects is not what you expect. Not only
Nothing from Disney Star Wars is what we expect. What we expect is real Star Wars with good quality. We don't get that. At all.
Nope.
Also, he looks extra punchable here. The stupid Ahsoka t-shirt, the stupid looking cowboy hat, that stupid smug smile of his.
He looks like he hasn't been sleeping in a week.
Well, that's what you get when you're jacking off to Ahsoka 24/7, 365.
I'm surprised his wife hasn't divorced him yet.
I'm surprised he hasn't tried to make his wife cosplay as Ahsoka.
Don't give him ideas.
Oh, Christ.
did he produce on The Mandalorian and Grogu. Not only is he writing, but according to the rumor, he is
I went back. I accidentally jumped forward a bit. My bad.
Did he produce on The Mandalorian and Grogu? Not only is he writing his own future movie, Ahsoka.
Oh, that movie is going to be garbage, by the way.
Wait, did they announce an Ahsoka movie?
I know there's an Ahsoka season 2 on the way, which is going to be just as bad as Ahsoka season 1, which I swear to God was a slideshow of every horrible thing Disney Star Wars has done.
Mm-hmm.
From lightsaber stabbing to nonsensical spaceship garbage.
Guys, look, it's more Clone Wars stuff. Guys, look, it's Rebels characters. Look, it's the spirit of Anakin played by Hayden. I see 3PO and I clap.
Machinery 964. His wife is apparently a Satanist who supports abortion, by the way. Screw you, Dave Filoni's wife. Also, Dave has got to stop milking the Clone Wars. It happened like several years ago in Star Wars timeline. Why would they just keep harking back to that era?
It originally ended in 2014, and because of the fan support, it was brought back in 2020 during the pandemic. And so, yeah, it ended 5 years ago. Okay, fine. It ended 5 years ago. Let it die.
Season 2. I'm sure he worked on more Shadow Lord, but according to the rumor, he is also creatively involved in the new Jedi Order movie, The Wraith.
Of course he would be. Probably so he can shove Ahsoka into it.
Assuming they haven't killed Ahsoka yet.
I highly doubt he will. I suspect he's going to make Ahsoka a Force goddess or some crap like that because Mortis. the worst arc in the entirety of that show.
No. Not Mortis. The World Between Worlds.
Chase Hedge to 67. Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Okay.
which according to multiple sources is going to start filming in spring of next year, 2026.
I don't like where this is heading. Because they announced like several more Toy Story movies. Why are they suddenly going through with this? What made them, become so bold?
Maybe they finally got, I don't know, maybe a story, or maybe they just like, look, we got to do something, or we're going to lose even more money if we don't do something.
Oh, no, wait. I understand why they are so bold now. It's because of all the idiots who went to go see Revenge of the Sith in theaters.
That too?
The nostalgia bait worked.
We'll see about that.
Now they say the Rey movie, which I believe is being written by George Nolfi, but it could also include Star Wars
The Rey movie has been jumped around from writer to writer. At this point, I don't even know who's attached to the project anymore.
And that's also assuming if Daisy Ridley even wants to play the character anymore.
She doesn't?
Well, I haven't heard that, but I guess with the number of times that this movie has been jumping back and forth between writers and directors, maybe just like, look, you guys have been trying, but honestly, I don't want to do this anymore. Or maybe she still has enough patience and still wants to do it. I don't know.
I mean, if she wants to be subjugated to more mockery and humiliation, that's fine. But we got it. We got some new people. Lore Master Chris, welcome to the stream. Max of Zorro makes some great videos. Actually, you should check him out. I actually did like his TCW video for the most part. Get Half-Life out of your video, Meg. You don't deserve it. I still need to play Half-Life.
fighter, given the recent rumors and the Simon Kinberg trilogy. They say Dave Filoni is...
How many trilogies have they announced?
20.
God. And we're getting like 9 Toy Story movies. What the hell? What are they smoking? What are they taking over there? And can I have some of it?
If you take some of it, it might actually kill you. Hell, it can actually kill me because I'm asthmatic.
I hate how Abeloff is connected to TCW's Mortis arc. I hate everything about TCW.
so involved, it's surprising he doesn't have a co-writing credit. So it's a bit like his work.
I'm surprised this guy hasn't gotten fired yet. I'm surprised Kathleen Kennedy hasn't gotten fired yet. Because of every single crap project these idiots have been attached to. I'm surprised that these idiots even still have Defender. Oh, wait. No, I'm not surprised. Money, I forget. Silly me. Also,
they probably have some dirty photos on Bob Iger and other shareholders at Disney.
My dad actually thinks Kathleen Kennedy's got some dirt on someone high up in Disney.
Yeah, that's actually the rumor. See this? If you don't fire me, I'm not gonna show this to anyone. But if you do fire me, I'm gonna show this to everyone. I'm gonna take your job, Disney will be mine, and Lucasfilm will be all womanized.
Work in The Acolyte. Now, to some of you, this might come as a surprise. If I had heard about this a year ago, I too would have been shocked. Dave Filoni is not the first person that comes to mind when you think about Rey, but the fact of the matter is...
Dave Filoni is one of the first people that come to mind when I think bad Star Wars. Or fake Star Wars.
And Ahsoka.
So his name would be among the first I would think of when it comes to Rey. I will never forgive and I'll never forget. He doesn't deserve it.
Nope.
Now that Dave Filoni is Chief Creative Officer, he has to give his stamp of approval for every single project. And
congratulations, you stole George Lucas's job, you hack.
But Wait a minute, wasn't he in charge of the animation division of Lucasfilm? I don't remember. I don't remember hearing he was promoted to everything.
He was a while back. That's why he's chief creative officer. I think it was last year,
Great.
which is why Disney Star Wars is even extra terrible now. Not that you would
Eh,
notice the difference.
nope.
That includes the Ray stuff. He and Carrie Beck are second only to Kathleen Kennedy herself, and Dave's role at the company has been expanding for many years. But don't be
Like a leech.
Hmm.
fooled into thinking this is just a formality. I reckon his involvement with the Ray stuff goes well beyond his job title, and there is a lot of evidence to back this up. It might be uncomfortable to hear this as a Star Wars fan, but Dave is, and always has been, a Ray fan.
How is that uncomfortable? I mean, if you're trying to say that to the 5 people who still like TCW in this day and age, don't bother. Because those people are irrelevant.
Yeah.
And yeah, Dave Filoni sold himself out. Give me 5 minutes alone with Dave Filoni, and he will never see the sunshine again.
Or he'll probably call the cops on you.
Not saying this to be
Please, do you really think he's going to say that he got his butt kicked by someone who knows Star Wars better than him?
No, but just to be careful.
You do know, I honestly, I obviously don't mean it, of course.
Yeah, I know, I know.
I just really, really hate this guy.
Who doesn't nowadays?
inflammatory. I'm not saying this in any pejorative way. I'm not
You can't say this in any way that does not feel human.
No.
Like, come on, Meg. Don't try and play this off as, oh, I'm not trying to inflame people. You hardly even sound human.
C3PO is a fucking robot, and yet he sounds more human than this AI. I swear. Ugh.
Transformers are alien robots from another planet, yet they sound more human than you.
Sound the way
saying how
for
dare
the
he
way.
like the character. I'm just pointing out the facts. He had a huge say creatively for episode 9. He was part of story group meetings since The Force Awakens. It's very clear that Dave supports continuing Rey's story. Don't be fooled into thinking there is disparity between Dave's vision and the vision of Kathleen Kennedy. They have so often aligned, and at no point has Dave protested. There was
Of course, because Dave Filoni is Kathleen Kennedy's little slave.
Also, he doesn't. And I also imagine he doesn't want to get onto Kathleen's bad side, or rather, worse side. It never ends.
Yeah, but who cares about Griff Trooper? He's a hack. He can hate Dave Filoni all he wants. He's not a real Star Wars fan, though. I love how Meg is devastated to find out Gay Loney loves Rey, but actual Star Wars fans have known this for quite a while. Just rewinded the stream. Come on, Brandon. You didn't realize that lightsaber video was a troll. You should watch the rest. It's genuinely great. Yeah, well, the purpose of these streams is to expose people, man. Look, I'm sorry about this. Solar Volu Dunce showed it to me, and I genuinely try to react to these live. Like for the first time. I don't try to go into these watching them already because I feel like it's less entertaining. But come on, man. That was, yeah, I fell for clickbait. My bad. I suck.
a brief moment around 2020 where it looked as though maybe The Mandalorian was trying to retcon aspects of the sequel trilogy, and maybe John and Dave were trying to set up a different timeline. But so much has happened since, and I think all of those theories nowadays are completely defunct.
Those theories that were totally built up on hopium, by the way.
Yeah.
They were never going to save Luke Skywalker. You just can't. It's impossible.
Dave has fully supported everything.
Oh, sorry. Also, if let's say theoretically they actually succeeded in retconning the sequel trilogy out of existence. Uh, I highly doubt whatever trilogy they'll create next after doing that, it's gonna be as successful as it is because you're gonna have the fans, or rather, the fake fans, basically screaming at them at their doorstep, yelling at them, "Why do you do this? This is my favorite trilogy. This is my favorite character. You fucking hack!"
Well, an awful person often looks awful.
Yep.
Luke is more Luke than the hermit we meet in the plagiarized The Last Jedi. When a clone is more you, then there is a problem.
Uh-huh.
That's been going on. Now you might give the rebuttal, well, Meg, Kathy is his boss. What's he expected to do? Of course he's going along with it. Of course he's trying to appease her so he can keep making his own projects. So Ahsoka can have a season 2. So one day he can have his own movie. Of course he's going to be a yes man. Now while there might be some truth to this, Dave at every turn has defended the sequel trilogy.
Okay. But none of what you said is... Okay, you're trying to attack Dave Filoni defenders here. Careful, Meg. They might... Disney might send the secret police after you.
Uh-huh.
You may not get your shit early access. Can they give early access to AI?
I doubt it.
Is that even legal, chat?
We are well beyond the years of bogus rumors of an internal war at Lucasfilm. Dave has not only stood by the Rey stuff, but he's endorsed it, even including Rey and Kylo's voices in The World Between Worlds. But
What? When did he
Oh,
do
yeah.
that? How come
Oh,
nobody's pointed that out?
Well, it was pointed out many years ago. Literally days after that episode aired, somebody posted a video of that scene of The World Between Worlds, but it included images from the movies and the shows of where they took those clips and shows. Literally, Kylo Ren says, "Show me, grandfather." And the one we read is like, what was it? What was it? Oh, we'll see each other again.
Oh
Very
my
fast.
god. And nobody hated that show on default for that? Come on.
Well, not yet, because it has. Oh, look, it's Hayden, and you hear the voice of Hayden as Anakin. You hear Ewan McGregor, Alec Guinness, Frank Oz, James Earl Jones. Please kill me. Oh, and Carrie Fisher too.
Okay.
having said all of this, as the old expression goes, actions speak louder than words. And
Tell that to anybody who tries to debunk that George Lucas saw the EU as canon narrative.
Yeah, because not only that he saw them, he was the one that says, "Okay, this is good. This could be good, but it could be better." It's like, nope, throw it away, do it over. He got the final approval. That's how the books in the EU existed in the first place.
Your dad looks like Filoni, and I have a personal friend who looks like Ku Klux Katan. Yeesh.
Yeesh.
And also, my dad doesn't look like Dave Filoni. He looks way better. I live in Texas, and I think that cowboy hat Dave Filoni wears is goofy and ridiculous as heck.
I don't know
Captain
if you heard-
Thievius. Yes, welcome to the stream. They give early access to literal NPCs. So yes, AI getting early access is not hard to imagine.
Oh Lord.
Oh, okay. Wilhelm. There's a... Are you talking about Gilhelm?
Wilhelm.
I'm not seeing a Wilhelm.
while Dave Filoni is not going to retcon the sequel trilogy, and while he's been very praising of it, I think it's pretty clear from decisions he's made in Ahsoka, with Grand Admiral Thrawn, decisions he made in The Mandalorian, with the Shadow Council, with Brendol Hux, with cloning, Dave is trying to enhance the sequel trilogy.
Which makes him all the more horrible. There's no fixing the sequels. The Disney trilogy. It's dead on arrival.
Just make a trilogy that's set 100 years after the B-School trilogy, so we don't have to deal with those
That
characters
still wouldn't.
anymore.
That still wouldn't fix anything. They still happened.
Yeah, I know, but if I was making a trilogy like that, I would have referenced the Diesel trilogy even less. Hell, I would even mock them because it's like, really, this war between the First Order and the Resistance only lasted for 2 years, and yet somehow it has over 5 billions of casualties. That's even more than the Clone Wars.
John and Dave are both trying to expand the pre-Force Awakens universe, showing us events that make the sequels make a bit more sense.
Nothing in those movies makes sense, nor will they ever make sense.
The Star Wars retcon trilogy.
There is going to be a video where someone's actually going to try and defend the sequels by using Disney Star Wars material. Mark my words. And when that happens, I will be here to rip them to shreds. I know there was already someone who tried to defend the Acolyte and say it didn't bring canon.
Oh no, that wasn't Mundi.
Yeah, he was reviewing. It was Mr. Grizzy covered that a while ago. I'm going to take the second option and say it shouldn't exist. We already have the expanded universe. We don't need a Disney trilogy.
And I truly believe we're going to see this on full display in his own film.
Oh, God, that's either CBR or that's Screen Rant.
It's probably both.
I got to start covering articles from those sites at some point. Those are gold to rip on. Oh, God.
So he likes those movies and he likes Rey, but Dave Filoni
And he's a fake Star Wars fan, period.
is a very smart man. He knows how the fandom
Dave Filoni is a very smart man.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Inteligente.
What?
Oh, sorry, I said it in Spanish. Smart? How?
This guy hasn't made a single good decision since he first started working for Lucasfilm. What next? You're going to say Kathleen Kennedy is a smart woman? She couldn't even make coffee right.
about 7, 8, and 9, so I think he's trying to do damage control. The Rey movie's a bit...
That's all Disney Star Wars ever is. Damage control for 3 stupid movies. That's all they are. That's all the books are. That's all the comics are. That's all what the shows are. It's damage control for every crappy thing they make. It's just a never-ending spiral of make something. Crap, we screwed it up. Okay, we're going to make another thing. Try to fix it. Crap, we screwed up again. Now we got to make another thing to fix the thing that was supposed to fix the other thing. Crap, we ruined it again. We got to go make another thing.
You know the fictional company Damage Control from Marvel Comics? I highly doubt any of them will be able to recuperate this trilogy as well.
Absolutely. Double AA, welcome to the stream. We are going to be roasting Star Wars Meg, Sheev Talks, and then if there's some time, we might cover Highchd. Oh shoot, I should ask a certain someone if he wants to join for that last one. And I'll contact him while we continue playing this.
different because it's post episode 9, but if Dave worked on it, if he brings his A game, this could be the best Rey we've gotten so far. He consulted on the sequel trilogy, he's made parallels between Ahsoka and Rey in the past, and he once described her as the female version of Luke. And then he's made comments like this. Take a listen.
What we found was this amazing thing. It will shock none of you. That when you create a strong, independent, intelligent character,
Star Wars has plenty of those.
Yeah.
Basta Lashan, Padme Amidala, Princess Leia, Darth Talon, Ayla Secura, Shock T, Winter. I almost forgot Winter. I always seem to forget Winter.
That chick in the Force Unleashed video game.
Nomi Sunrider, Jin Eclipse, Juno Eclipse. I forgot. Just crashed a Batmobile. Don't worry. We can damage control a wrecked vehicle. Depends on which Batmobile you crashed. If you crashed the Arkham Knight Batmobile, you're fine. That thing can run through walls and still be fine.
Maybe, well, yeah.
That shows no fear, that can do amazing things, boys and girls like her.
Boys and girls don't like Ray. Quite the opposite if toy sales are anything to go by.
No.
This is what we tried to do with the Star Wars saga now. We've tried to create more female characters who can represent so many things, because what we're trying.
We already had a buttload of female characters in Star Wars. I mean, granted, there's always room for one more, but come on, you're acting like none of them exist.
Well, that's because none of them is a part of their agenda. If it
Also,
if it is,
why does Ray look more attractive here than she does in the actual movie?
that's what a painting will do to you.
Trying to do isn't just create one type of character. We're trying to create a diverse range of characters, especially female characters.
I swear to God, if I hear the word diverse one more time, I will scream.
We already have diverse characters in Star Wars already. We don't need to add more. Just use the ones you already have. It's not that hard.
Apparently. Okay, I'm going to set this up. All right, just give me a sec. I've got a couple ads going on the last two videos we're going to cover. And I just fixed them. Okay.
Characters that are strong, that are independent. When you look at Rey on The Force Awakens, she's a female lead. In a whole.
And we would have had no problem with a female lead if it wasn't for the fact that A, Finn had the much more interesting story, and B, Rey sucked.
Yeah.
Just realized
Also-
I was 30 seconds behind. My bad. Yeah, that's happened to me.
Also, she would have been the main character if they actually gave her top billing in the poster.
Jedi
no, they
Prime,
always
welcome to the stream.
But no, they had to use the classic legacy characters to give her top billing.
Because, of course, it's just like with Miles Morales. You got to use popular alternate versions of Spider-Man to give Miles Morales top billing. Sheesh.
At least in those Spider-Verse movies, the actor who does Miles is given top billing. They're not using
Unfortunately.
yeah.
New chapter of the Star Wars saga. We haven't done a movie for 10 years, and here comes a Star Wars film, and here comes Rey.
And here comes the end of everything as we know it.
Yep.
What is it? Is it Panic in the Streets? Oh my
yes, it's Panic in the Streets.
gosh, a female lead in a Star Wars movie. And then the trailer for Rogue One comes out, and it's another female lead. Oh my gosh, how unfair. We've had probably like 2 million straight film cinematic roles where men have been leads, and now we've done 2 in a row that are women.
Maybe if it wasn't for the fact that Rey was such an absolute ass character, people wouldn't have a problem with Jyn Erso. Coupled with the fact that Jyn Erso is basically a discount Kyle Katarn. No, wait, that's Andor. She's the discount. Blinking on the name of his side. Jan Ors. Discount Jan Ors. Woo! Saved it.
Well, too bad. Oh well, maybe there are more coming.
Oh god, that smug tone in his voice just makes me want to punch him. I'm really tempted. So tempted.
I swear he honestly sounds like he hasn't been sleeping in a month.
He always sounds like that. He always sounds like he's like half asleep.
It wouldn't surprise me if he was actually sleeping at the Lucasfilm cafeteria.
Or sleeping in a wolf den.
That actually that makes sense. He likes wolves.
That actually brings up a good question. Who has the more punchable voice, Dave Filoni or Cosmonaut?
Well, if you were to put a gun in my head and make me answer, I would say Cosmonaut, because at least Dave is trying to speak to the audience. Cosmonaut doesn't even try to communicate verbally or even as well as he wanted to. The Star Wars fake little stuff, and I don't have to use evidence to prove it. I already did my videos. So did Red Letter Media. No more Star Wars videos, leave me alone.
This idea that like, well, we just made one of those. Made one of what? We just made a female lead. We can make another one. Really? Yes, we can. There's more than one woman in the world. There's more than one woman here in the world. Why is that so strange? If we made like 5 men heroes in a row, no one would blink. Ray.
No one would have blinked if you made 5 female heroes and female leads in a row if they were good.
Also, you have to write female characters as, as characters.
And as women,
She impresses Han Solo. He's like the guy's guy, impresses him, impresses everybody.
yeah, by making him look stupid.
Everybody in the audience. She goes up with Kylo Ren. She punks him right away. Like he's supposed to be this great guy, wiped out all these people. I don't know. She took that lightsaber and was like, I'm going to take you out. And she did. And I'm all for it. And she looks strong. It's not that.
And it is one of the dumbest moments in cinematic history.
She literally has no training, and she easily defeated someone who's from the Skywalker bloodline. How does that make any sense?
Not only, like, I've seen some idiots try and say her bow staff training somehow translates to wielding a lightsaber, which is like, no. Like, if it was a double-bladed lightsaber, I could semi-accept that, but this is a single-bladed lightsaber. And Hollywood wonders why an anime movie like Demon Slayer beat them at the box office.
Thank you.
Or why was it Sonic 3 beat Mufasa at the box office?
I don't think it
Did it beat it at the box office, or didn't it? I cannot remember.
No. It actually didn't. The movie made over $400 million worldwide, and Mufasa made over 600.
Why?
Which one was which one people liked the most? You tell me.
I'm pretty sure that after all the damage Disney did, no one would want to go see another live action remake or live action anything.
Unfortunately, people saw Lilo and Stitch this June, and sadly, it made $1 billion.
Unfortunately, I actually saw the original a couple days ago.
So good.
Yeah, it was pretty all right.
She doesn't show any fear.
Oh, sorry. I legit cry at the scene where Stitch is saying, "I'm lost." I was just 6 years old when I saw that.
This is an intense moment in her life, and we're there with her because of that, because she's a real feeling dimensional person.
She isn't. She's about as 3-dimensional as a drawing of a 3-dimensional item on a piece of paper. It's like, it's still very flat. It may look 3D, but in reality, it's flat.
Hell, her paintings have more 3-dimensional depth than the live action scene.
Yeah, I heard about that. It did have a show.
Just like Luke, all he did was open that door, right? He just opened that door. I just want to be a part at Lucasfilm of opening this door to a new generation of filmmakers, of women that come into Lucasfilm and can be creative.
This is the face of modern Star Wars, everybody.
It's a
Rey?
strong.
Wait,
Yeah, I think this is supposed to be Darth Rey from the crappy Rise of Palpatine movie.
And she's using Kylo Ren's helmet?
I don't know. I don't care anymore.
Future for Star Wars. It won't just stop with 2 movies. It's something we're dedicated to for the foreseeable future.
And guess where that got you?
Yep.
A dead franchise.
Also, Ray, you forgot to bury Luke's green lightsaber. What the hell is it?
Now look, I think Dave Filoni generally has been a force for good at Lucasfilm.
What? What?
Ah!
A force for good? What? See, this is why I react to these things live for the first, watching them for the first time. You get reactions like this. What the hell? How is he a force for good at Lucasfilm? What good has he done?
Oh, I know the answer to that. Nothing.
Of course, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Nada.
That scene where Ray buries Luke and Leia's lightsabers, gobsmacks. On top of that, why would you bury them on Tatooine? They both don't exactly like being on that. Luke doesn't like being on that planet, and Anakin hates that planet so much he didn't want to go. He couldn't go back as Vader.
And Leia was a slave to Jabba the Hutt on Tatooine. If anything, it would have been better to bury them on, I don't know, Naboo, so that way they could be close to their mother.
I really appreciate his work on Rebels, The Clone Wars, Episode 1 of The Bad Batch, co-creating Grogu and the Mandoverse.
You're just listing off
shut up.
all the. You're just listing off all the reasons why you are a fake Star Wars fan, Star Wars Meg.
Love Ahsoka. On paper, you might call me a Dave Filoni fan, but I've also criticized him for very
Doesn't matter if you criticized him. Liking his work makes you a fake Star Wars fan. This is almost as bad as when as one dude who asked me a question about 3 different types of Andor people the other day.
And what do you say? What do you say to him?
All 3 were fake fans. And Anakin hates sand.
Thank you.
various creative choices. For example, I have my gripes with Count Dooku in the Clone Wars versus George Lucas's prequel trilogy, and maybe one day I'll make a video about that. Anakin in
I highly doubt it
Oh.
if you can stop making these crappy videos. Also, this CGI looks horrendous. That doesn't look like Anakin at all. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate everything about this.
the Clone Wars, I've criticized his depiction of Grand Admiral Thrawn. In Star Wars Ahsoka,
Oh, now she's on full defensive mode. She is on full defense right now.
No, guys, I like Dave Filoni, but that doesn't mean I love everything about him. No, you do. You just don't want people to come after you criticize even just a little bit.
We need a sober quit for the Clone Wars Anakin. What is a sober quit? Define sober. A sobriquet is a descriptive nickname or title that is often used informally to refer to someone or something. It can be a familiar name used in place of a real name. Oh, we need a different. All right, we'll have to spitball some ideas. We didn't even need a second TV show about the Clone Wars. Hey, dude, don't spam, okay? Once is enough.
Yeah, don't give Disney any ideas.
so I'm not saying he's perfect, but on the Rey front,
Dave Filoni isn't perfect. He's the complete opposite. Nothing he's made is even remotely good. Okay.
Dave is all in. I'm sure he's over the moon to continue our character. He spoke with Pablo Hidalgo.
When they ruined yellow lightsabers forever.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I remember. It says I once read that Rey's lightsaber, yellow lightsaber, is a combination of 3 kyber crystals.
What? That's not how it works.
I know, but if you look closely, you can briefly see Luke's green kyber crystal from Return of the Jedi inside the hilt.
She did not just steal his lightsaber crystal. You mean to tell me she stole Han Solo's ship? She stole Luke Skywalker's destiny. She stole Luke Skywalker's X-Wing. Stole his astromech droid. And stole his lightsaber crystal? Yeah!
Good. Let the hate flow through you, my son.
I daydream having a lightsaber battle with Rey and just easily killing her because they don't know how to fight in Disney Star Wars. They don't know how to do the 7 forms of lightsaber combat.
John Knoll, J.J. Abrams, Ryan Johnson, and it's even documented that Ryan mentored Dave on the set of The Last Jedi.
Yes, we all know that. We know Dave Filoni studied under one of the worst directors of all time.
I think I was the one who told you that, right?
I think I saw that on Knights of Melvin.
Hmm.
But it's been years since I've been doing this, so
The most
Also,
controversial of the sequel trilogy movies. And
I'm pretty sure all of them are controversial.
with The Last Jedi being at the top, but yeah, they're all controversial.
And hated.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're J.I. Acob, in which case I am convinced that guy had a lobotomy. That guy is so stupid. This is what the likes of Red Letter Media asks for.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
wanted their childhood back, and now this is what they get.
Crap.
trying to bash Dave. All I'm saying is, if you're going to praise him, also acknowledge he is not separate from the current Lucasfilm creative team. He is the chief creative officer, so I'm really not surprised that he's involved in the Rey stuff.
I don't want to praise Dave. I want to bash him to the day he dies or the day he gets fired.
Maybe getting fired. Bashing him is a little too extreme.
What?
That hitting him in the head is a little too extreme.
I meant bashing him verbally.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man. I'm not making actual threats here.
Whew.
I'm above that.
Thank God.
And the new Jedi Order movie. Like I said, I've been hearing that they're going to film in spring of 2026. So
Is that literally the entire news that you wanted to say? Dave Filoni is attached to this movie and it's going to film in 2026? This is 9 minutes long! This did not need to be 9 minutes long!
All she needed to do just make a short video, a 10-second video announcing the date, and that's it. Ugh.
I can't with her anymore. I can't. We're moving on to the next video. Might be our last one. Might be. All right. She talks. Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back does not hold up.
It's only 17 minutes.
Yeah, this is like one of his more shorter. By the way, this guy, I think, celebrated the death of Charlie Kirk, so that makes him an even more despicable piece of shit.
Well, look, don't wait a minute. Obviously, you know, I'm a lefty, I'm a Democrat. I don't agree with everything Republicans do, but even I, a human being from Puerto Rico, can even acknowledge, and hell, even my dad does too, that it's absolutely wrong and disgusting to kill a human being just because of whatever differences you have. Uh, do you know the YouTuber Jay Phillips production?
Who?
You know the guy from whose icon is the Moana character.
No. I don't think I've heard of him.
Well, anyway, I'm not gonna go too far in this, but I think I've seen on Twitter. Uh, unfortunately, his brother and his friend died in a car crash, and I swear to God, I think I seen one person writing, "Well, that's what you get when criticizing the prequels. Your friend and brother die," and I'm like, dude, if he doesn't
Yikes.
like the prequels, dude, yeah, I was like, dude, if he doesn't like the prequels, fine, but you saying that doesn't make you even more different than him. It makes you worse than him.
Yeah. When did Shale Talks upload that video? This was 6 months ago. I said what I said. Okay. Is it really a surprise that an Andor lover like Sheev Talks mocks Charlie Kirk? His morals are as vile and twisted as the Andor show itself. All Disney shows are as twisted and vile. Khalil here might actually be the most intelligent and one of the group.
Yeah, because I at the very least have a brain, and I do not insult people who die or get killed.
Yep. And one of your friends is, and your friend slash co-host, your host is a Republican himself.
Which, that's fine. We all had our political differences.
Republican and a Democrat on hosting a stream together. Who knew that they could actually get along for once? We are a miracle. What's the specific date? I don't know. YouTube doesn't tell me. Crap. I didn't mean to do that.
Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back does not hold up. Now, obviously, I recognize that's a pretty unpopular opinion. I have a lot of explaining to do with myself for this one, but you guys gave me a chance to cook with the Clone Wars review. All I ask...
No, any Clone Wars review that isn't saying that it's trash is immediately not cooking. It's burning. It's burning.
Ask is you keep an open mind. Because, as I feel like I'm always saying with these videos, I like this movie. I like it a lot. It's just got a few problems, and I try to keep...
Dude, you like Andor. You hate Star Wars on principle because of that. Like, it's so contradictory. You say you love Star Wars, yet you like Disney Star Wars. You can't have it both ways.
You either love one or the other. You can't have both.
I actually saw his TCW video. He was trashing it, if I recall correctly. You get away this time, Shield Talks. But we're watching you.
Consistent with my standards, so with that said, I can't
what standards?
Simply ignore the many ways in which this film falters. It's a bad movie, and I'm going to prove it.
It is not a bad movie. None of the 6 films are.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, just getting a little recording done. Yeah, it's the Empire video I was telling you about. But yeah, obviously, but they don't need to know that. Look, I figure if I'm going to be a toxic grifter anyway, I may as well get as much money out of this as I possibly can.
Oh, of course. He's going to say the toxic grifter thing. Of course.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Guys, am I a toxic grifter? No, wait. I can't even grift. I don't even make money off of this channel yet.
Am I a grift? Actually, no, I'm not, because I don't only make shorts. I don't make streams or even YouTube videos.
Yeah. Guys, am I toxic? I know one of my enemies might come in here and say I'm toxic, but they don't count. Nothing they say is valid.
Brandon, am I toxic?
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. Hey, listen, I gotta call you back. I got
I think he either forgot to turn off the recording or he's running this joke way too far.
The latter.
How long did you keep this stupid bit going?
Oh my god.
He said something in his description. What does it? This wasn't an intended part of the bit, but my cat has taken a recent fascination with going on desk while I'm not in the room and thinks he can get away with it. There's a window right behind my computer. Hey. Oh, come on. Dude, how long did you keep this bit going?
Let's skip to. Look, let's just skip to some of the parts.
Oh my god, you're going this on 3 minutes. Why?
Look, just skip to the parts where we actually see the video.
Oh my god, this is another freaking troll video.
Are you being serious right now?
I fell for it again, chat. I am the first person in history. Why? Are you freaking serious? Was this April Fool's Day? It was a. Congratulations. I have been trolled. I have fallen for clickbait twice live on camera. No way.
666.
Yes, 3,000. 3,000. Okay, I guess we're covering Marvel Zombies then. My
Unless
old
it's also
enemy,
another-
Highchd.
Unless it's also another troll title.
No, Highchd is not a troll. He just as pretentious and pointless as Andor. Ah, I am so sorry, chat. I suck at this. I don't know why anyone is subbed to me. Why? Okay. Brace yourself. Ooh, hang on. Hang on in Discord chat. Okay. The dude I asked to come on won't be able to make it. That's fine. And I got some EU haters crying on Twitter. Okay, let's move on.
How long is this video?
This is 24 minutes.
Okay.
What's going on, guys? We're back with another.
Ah! It's the heathen! Get rid of him! It's the imposter!
Miles, what are you doing here?
It's his avatar. He's one of those fake Marvel fans.
The YouTube video. So the Marvel Zombie show finished up some time ago, and I told you guys my honest thoughts on the show last video. All in all, my stance was that there are flaws, but overall, I think the writing was pretty good. This time,
Okay, once again, he enforces the fact that he hates Marvel. He actually thinks this crappy show starring every single terrible character from modern MCU is good. Look at it this way, Brandon. You are far more honest and sincere than the bait videos. Thank you. I try to be. Like, how can you say this show is good? It stars Kamala Khan, who has been in nothing good.
She was in her own show in 2022. She was in The Marvels in 2023.
She was in the Marvel's Avengers game.
I never really play it, and I really don't want to.
Don't.
and we're going to be responding to a pretty bad review made by the YouTuber Lumar.
I actually have seen this guy's War for Cybertron trilogy review, even though Lumar is himself a fake Marvel fan because he liked the fake Tastic 4 movie. So we're responding to a fake Marvel fan who is responding to another fake Marvel fan. Because I'm goofy that way.
Now, here's the thing. I am aware that there are quite a few people who don't like the show, and that's completely fine. The point of this video is...
But as we have already established in some of your previous videos, it's not fine to not like this show if it's not for the reasons you specify. Because I still remember when I covered your earlier videos back when I was just starting out on this channel. Like you said the word race, you called us racist at least 5 times in one video. I had my chat count.
Wow. What a record from this guy.
Actually, give me a second to. Okay, I'm gonna let the video go while I edit the title for this.
To dunk on anyone's opinion, more so to refute a lot of badly presented points in this video, because either A, they're just wrong, B, insanely nitpicky and expecting way too much real-world logic in a show about superheroes being turned into zombies, as well as some of the stuff this guy says that shows he just wasn't paying attention to the actual story. Another thing that's worth mentioning is that in the intro of his review, the guy quite literally said he was fairly certain the show was going to be bad before it came out.
At the time of me writing this portion of the script, it's not been released yet. It comes out tomorrow, but I'm fairly certain that it's going to be bad. So, future Lumar, please put on screen now if I'm correct or not.
So, of course, that means he has to go out of his way to look for things to complain about. Now, he actually does make a few good points in this video, which I'll acknowledge when we get to, but again, most of this review is just so nitpicky that I'm confident I can counter most of his points. With that being said, let's get into the video.
By being a sequel to a previous bit of media, there was no recap at the start of this show, meaning that anyone who wants to start watching this is going to have no fucking clue about what's going on outside of vague recap.
Okay, so he said something about I'm pretty sure I can debunk most of this. Dude, you haven't been able to debunk a single terrible argument anyone has made. Sit down, man.
Also, he kind of sounds like Chris Stockman with a British accent.
Oh no. And you don't want to sound like Chris Stuckman because Chris is stuck, man.
Funny.
No, I am so proud of coming up with that joke. Miles does those satanic devil hand signs in both the Spider-Verse movies when he's about to shoot a web. That's just how Spider-Man that's how Peter Parker does it. That's how Spider-Man's supposed to do it. I mean, it's not really satanic when you're shooting a web.
No.
Recaps and exposition dumps.
This kind of sounds like a you problem, and the reason I say this is because a recap isn't always needed and not every sequel has them. Why would we even need a recap for this? The whole premise behind the show is superheroes turning into zombies. Like, it's pretty easy to grasp. You don't even necessarily have to watch the What If episode before jumping into this one. And even then, it basically picks up where the What If episode leaves off when we get to episode 3. You also contradicted yourself because at first you said they don't recap anything that happens, and then you said there are recaps, but they're rather vague references and bits of exposition connecting.
Also, screw off for using a Wolverine mod. Don't tell me you're excited for that Insomniac Wolverine game.
No, actually, that's not a mob. That's an actual costume in the game.
Oh, right. Crap. I forgot the Craven mashup skin. I keep blocking out every single terrible costume in that game, which is like 90% of that roster.
Into the previous media. I'm confused. Isn't that what a spinoff is supposed to do? What's wrong with the show trusting itself to stand on its own? What's wrong with...
Because, to be fairly honest, it can't really stand on its own because why did the zombie outbreak happen then? For example, you should clue in the audience to things like this, unless you're trying to be Shaun of the Dead. But let's face it, no one can be Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead is Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, now that Halloween's coming, I should get around to watching that movie.
The writers trusting their audience to be invested without wasting time telling us what already happened. Sure.
Dude, Marvel doesn't trust their audience to be even remotely intelligent. And frankly, considering the intelligence of people like you, I frankly wouldn't blame them.
Sure, there are shows that do that, but they're not absolutely needed. Is Mandalorian season 1 a bad show because they don't recap Return of the Jedi?
No, Mandalorian is just a bad show in general. Am I right, fellas?
Yes.
Am I right, chat?
Gen V season 1 bad because they don't recap the entirety of the Boys TV show? No, they just
I mean, The Boys sucks too, so that show probably is terrible by default. And I said probably.
trust that the audience has already watched it and we jump straight in without wasting any time.
But not who would sit through 3 seasons of a crappy TV show, one of the crappiest Marvel has ever made, for the zombie episode?
People who had nothing to do in their lives.
Which is Disney shows. Got it. But that's like an extremely small audience. And considering that this show just kind of flew under the radar, I would say that audience isn't as big as you think it is.
Also, did those episodes of Zombies aired week to week, or does it just drop them all at once, Netflix style?
I had Disney Plus back when What If was coming out. I was watching it as it was coming out. They dropped it 1 episode at a time a week. Don't worry, I still carry the mental scars.
Again, Marvel Zombies functions as a standalone continuation. If you want to know,
Oh, screw you for using Spider-Man as bait. He's hardly in this show.
Did they kill him off?
I don't know if he's killed off or not. But I do know he shows up like once and he disappears after that.
I think that's probably because of Sony's contract with Marvel. You can only use Spider-Man in 1 episode, and boom, he's gone. You can't use him again.
Congratulations, Marvel. You can't even use your own A-lister. Not that you would want to. Tom Holland Spider-Man sucks.
And he's not even voiced by Tom Holland.
Nope. Not
For
that
full context.
I would want him to be.
Yeah, because he had to pay him $1 million or closer to that just to voice him.
Also because people like Josh Keaton and Christopher Daniel Barnes are far better.
watch the 30-minute What If episode and then watch Marvel Zombies.
AKA do homework. Because seriously, watching a 30-minute crap show, come on, man. And who the heck would connect Marvel Zombies to What If? Seriously, man.
It would have been better if you have a tagline in the poster that says, "From the creators of Marvel's What If."
They're not that smart to do it.
Just like you do with most other spinoffs.
That's called doing homework, and everybody hates it.
It's not that serious.
It's starting to become quite the problem, dude. I mean, for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie alone, you have to watch 3 seasons of The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. That's 2 shows. And maybe the Clone Wars movie for Rota.
Hell,
Opens up on cable.
even Zeb is going to be in the movie. That also means you have to see Rebels as well.
I almost forgot about that.
Bishop, Riri Williams, the salvaged remains of the Friday AI in a Iron Man suit, and Kamala Khan exploring the ruins of New York. All of
Seriously, you just have an AI in an Iron Man suit? Come on. Now you're just being silly. And stupid. No, just stupid. Not even silly stupid.
them have their gear, advanced tech, powers, and most importantly, they all talk and have the same basic girl personality they have in their mainline continuities, despite having to see all their family and friends get eaten alive. They find a Quinjet and discover that the occupant had some information hidden in him, before they then get ambushed by Hawkeye. A Hawkeye who misses like 90% of his shots.
Bro, in the clip you showed, he literally had her on dead center and she dodged it barely. He didn't miss. They evaded, which if you watch the MCU, you would know that that happens. He disables Friday perfectly with a headshot. The following scene also shows him
Congratulations, Friday was pointless. You made an AI pointless.
I hope Zombie Hawkeye can make Star Wars Meg pointless.
Ricochet shot that would have 100% killed Kamala if Kate hadn't given her a heads up.
I wish Hawkeye would have killed Kamala. That would have raised Hawkeye 1 billion points in my eyes. Just like
Yeah.
how they finally made me like the Hobgoblin again for killing off Mary Jane in a alternate future comic panel in the Joe Kelly run. No. Yeah, I'm thinking the Joe Kelly run. Come on, I gotta take my wins where I can.
So no, well, he didn't miss 90% of his shots. You're extremely exaggerating here.
They managed to run away, and at no point does Kate feel any sort of sadness over the fact her idol is hunting her. You'd think the biggest thing that inspired her to be a hero trying to kill her would get some sort of reaction, but no, she's fine.
Because they've already fought him before. This is indirectly told to you while they're boarding the Quinjet.
We gotta move quick. If we heard it, he did too.
If we heard it, he did too. So they definitely have already encountered him as a zombie before. It also explains why they were able to get away from him, as they've already known what to expect with him. Yeah.
Congratulations. That makes it extremely underwhelming for the audience, who probably would have wanted to see. I mean, I don't know who would have wanted to see, but if there was a person who existed who wanted to, they probably would have wanted to see Kate Bishop's reaction to Hawkeye being a freaking zombie.
Or maybe do an episode previous to that to see her reaction, but no.
Keep in mind that this takes place 5 years after the events of the What If show, so any reaction they would have had to Clint being a zombie has already happened. And all those feelings Kate has for him have to be put aside if she wants to continue living, because he's dead, and they're trying to survive.
They discover the information has data relating to a project to cure the zombie virus, and after some hesitation, they all decide to travel to Ohio in order to find S.H.I.E.L.D. Also, despite going into the city constantly to try and find food, none of these zombies, even people who have tracking skills like Hawkeye, have managed to find this house in the woods. It's completely untouched, and there doesn't seem to be any defenses around it. The plot just keeps the zombies away.
Are you serious right now? This house is out in the middle of nowhere, and zombies tend to be in places with a higher population and noise level. What?
Zombies also tend to wander, dude. Zombies can be in the freaking woods.
Where they're at right now is pretty low risk compared to being out in the city. Also, given the engineer that Riri is, I find it hard to believe she wouldn't have a contingency plan in case something like that happens.
But we don't see that now, do we?
It's just told to us.
Yeah, well, this guy is a wannabe Disney shill, and he's got to try and defend his masters.
Maybe it has happened before. We don't know how they got here or how long they've been in this house. So we also don't know for sure that there aren't any defenses there.
That's just lazy writing.
After the abandoned Quinjet, Okoye rewards Hawkeye, giving him some unknown power. As the girls are traveling, they come across an entire mountain range has disappeared and the countryside is empty. They manage to travel halfway across the country without any incidents whatsoever, which is weird because they had a big debate over whether they'd be able to make it to Ohio and then just nothing happens on the journey until they reach Ohio. So this argument seems to have just taken up story space for no payoff, really.
I mean, they literally get attacked on their way to Ohio. How are you going to say there's no payoff when Kate literally fucking dies? She gets incinerated by Captain Marvel. That's pretty much the payoff you get from that scene.
But did they get attacked on the way to Ohio is what he's talking about. Like, dude, did you not listen to what Lumar said? God. Falling asleep, Khalil?
Not yet, but this video is certainly doing a good job.
Hang in there, soldier.
Blade picks Kamala up and says, I will take you the
Why
rest.
is Blade Moon Knight?
Wow.
Why? Chat, why is Blade Moon Knight?
Because
Oh
they
wait, we
gotta
had the race swap Moon Knight, that's why.
Also, they gotta have to find a way to use them before his live action debut.
No, his live action debut got canceled. They actually killed the project.
I feel bad for the actor.
I don't. There's only one Blade.
And there's only gonna be one Blade.
of the way to Ohio.
Khonshu is a friend of the Night Traveler. We'll take you to Ohio.
So that means they weren't in Ohio when Icarus and Captain Marvel attacked them. And when she's talking to Blade, she says they were in the Valley of the Broken Gods, which that's in Pennsylvania, not Ohio. We physically see Kamala and Blade cross the border to Ohio, and she's the only one who made it there out of her friends. So the debate was relevant.
Eventually, something starts to fire at them and they are driven off the road, where they're ambushed by a big herd of zombies that just teleport in because they sure as shit weren't there a minute ago.
I'm pretty sure the whole point of that scene was that they were there the whole time. We just didn't see them.
That is a horrible excuse, and you know it. God. Hi, CHD. You are one hell of an apologist.
Was pitch black, so of course they wouldn't have seen them there.
It turns out the figures in the sky are Icarus and a zombified Captain Marvel, and once again one of these girls meets their idol who made them want to be a hero, and they have the most lackluster response to finding out they're undead.
Okay, that's just terrible. That is just terrible writing, because Kamala Khan is written to be a fangirl of Captain Marvel. Congratulations, Marvel. You couldn't build a fan base for Captain Marvel, so you had to make one up instead.
Also, how the hell can Captain Marvel get bit by a zombie? I mean, doesn't her powers give her strong healing?
I don't know. Lazy writing, that's why.
It's like if you want to make Wolverine a zombie. How does that work?
I don't think it does.
You're kind of forgetting this is an alternate reality. In the main timeline, Captain Marvel's existence was secret from the public until Endgame, and it's only
Oh, of course, use the alternate universe excuse. That works. That solves everything, doesn't it?
after that does Carol become her idol. And since the events of Endgame didn't happen in this universe, Kamala has no clue who she is. As far as
Then why is she naming herself Miss Marvel then?
she's
Obviously,
concerned,
she has
she's just
to know
some
who she is.
random chick who popped out of the sky somewhere. Now, he actually made a follow-up video where he went through comments, and apparently a large number of viewers had to correct him on this. And to give him credit, he did admit he was wrong, but then he makes yet another bad point to try and justify what he said.
Godlike being that's come out of nowhere that's attacking her. So, yeah, I was wrong about that, and there we go. As you see, it's good to get these reviews out because people can pick apart the reviews and, you know, try and make actual more concrete arguments. I still think it's completely bollocks that Captain Marvel somehow got infected, considering she can fly through spaceships and tank the Power Stone blast.
Yeah,
without
this is
getting
exactly what I
killed.
was saying.
Yeah, like she's basically OP thanks to Marvel's horrid writing, so what the hell?
I mean, you're gonna make her OP, at least, I don't know, pretend that she's so powerful she can become a zombie. I mean,
Especially considering that
you can literally break all her limbs and then they heal up immediately. That's how OP she is.
Kate shoots her with the trick arrow, which is just an arrow that has like a party popper on the end. So not sure how any of that works. But you see, we've gone through it again, and I found more criticisms, and I've retracted one.
Okay, so this is bad criticism. You say it makes no sense that Captain Marvel got infected due to her superhuman durability and stuff like that. I'd argue otherwise. A superhuman durability doesn't make you unkillable. It just makes you harder to kill.
Oh, what? Come on, man. She's practically invulnerable. A single arrow is not going to kill her.
No.
Give me a sec. Lucky Kennedy is on Twitter. Lovely. He cannot let the backseater thing go. Dang.
It was already established from the jump that no one is immune to it. Even insanely strong Atlanteans like Namor got infected, and
that's not Namor. That's Namor. Sorry, guys. Lucky Kennedy now says I'm a racist. Don't pay any attention to him. The dude cannot You can't take him seriously. He called me a Nazi the other day. Twice.
All right, let me do the accent. Everyone, this is Namor.
Okay, thank you. El niño sin amor. Did I do it right?
Yes.
Oh, yes! My Mexican heritage comes in handy.
It is a one-man army. Obviously, like I said, when it comes to people like that, it would be harder to do, but it's not impossible. I mean, if Thor and Namor can be turned, then
That is just lazy. There's no way they should have been able to get Thor.
Thor.
How the hell
is
do you
a
even do
god.
that?
Unless they created a zombie that has the exact same power as Thor, thus justifying him becoming a zombie, I don't see how this fucking works.
surely Captain Marvel can be turned as well. So when it comes to Captain Marvel, we can just put 2 and 2 together and assume A, she was bit by someone who was as strong or stronger than her.
There's no one that's that strong, dude. Come on. You're just lying to yourself. You're in denial.
Like what happened between Thor and Wanda. Or B, like many of the other heroes, she was simply overwhelmed fighting hordes of zombies. It's
Yeah, I find that also hard to believe. She can shoot laser beams out of her hands. Come on.
really not rocket science. As for how
Actually, it is rocket science for you.
she was able to get hit with the arrow, I mean, she is a corpse. Her body is relatively weaker than her normal human form, and so the arrow is much more easily able to penetrate her.
But she can also use her powers, meaning that chances are her durability would still be there. Meaning that it would be a bit still tougher to kill her. A single arrow shouldn't be able to kill her. Ugh. See what I mean by Highchd is one of my favorite people to go after? He's so stupid. But at least he's fun. Like, he's fun to rip on.
With Thrivent, your financial journey
And
isn't
I got, like, my first ad interruption. Come on. You couldn't even give me one of my big bad toy store ads? Ah! Oh, congratulations. You're now making rings out of the same stuff you make toilets out of.
Pause.
Kamala has a nightmare involving a zombified Wanda before waking up, meeting a Khonshu-possessed Blade, who agrees to help deliver the data. To this day, I just find it really funny they keep putting Blade in some of the most complex stories, but somehow they can't just give him a solo movie after 6 years.
Yeah, that's pretty hilarious. Although this was, I'm pretty sure, was written before all the delays to his movie and stuff happened. Like, I'm 99% sure this wasn't supposed to be his first appearance.
The two reach a facility
Let's hope it's his only appearance.
guarded by mind-controlled zombies, and they're allowed in, meeting Yelena, Red Guardian, and this bitch that I can't remember the name of, but I think was in that terrible Black Widow film, so congrats if you remember that.
Oh, how can I not forget Black Widow? I hate myself for watching that movie. Taskmaster, my bro, what they did to you.
Thankfully, they kill her off.
Taskmaster is a dude! I will not accept otherwise. Hey, Jordan Star Wars, you showed up late. But welcome to the stream nonetheless. We're torturing ourselves with Highchd defending Marvel Zombies. Even though he himself doesn't quite like it either. A rare sign of intelligence from him, by the way.
Decrypt the device, which was designed to contact the Nova call for help, but
For a second, I thought that thing looked like a crystal ball.
Signal cannot get off the planet because for some reason after Wakanda fell, there was a massive blockade on signals going in and out of the planet. They then inform them that the only way to get the signal out is for someone to fly above the atmosphere. And I just want to ask, how did the Wakandans have access to the Nova Corps signal? Why is it that anyone can just pull anything out of their asses if they live in Wakanda?
Okay, so your Wakanda hate boner got you extremely mixed up here. Firstly, the machine used to
What
reach
makes you think that he has a Wakanda hate boner, dude? That's an assumption there. And I swear to God, that was close to you calling him a racist. That was very close. You were very close to calling him that.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I'm not the biggest fan of the Wakandans, frankly, because frankly, I don't really care that much about Black Panther either, but come on.
The Nova Corps wasn't created by Wakanda, it was created by S.H.I.E.L.D. They had to pry it out of a dead S.H.I.E.L.D. agent's stomach in the intro of the show. When they reference Wakanda here, they're referencing the Wakanda event, because when the stones got destroyed during their fight with Thanos there, it unleashed a huge wave of infinity energy into the atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, Spider-Man, Black Panther, and a couple of others managed to beat zombie Thanos powered by Infinity Stones. This makes Infinity War and Endgame even more pointless.
That energy in the atmosphere is what's blocking the signal, which is why the lady says they have to fly past it so the transmission can go through. Also, even if Wakanda did create it, why would that be so unbelievable? Wakanda is the most advanced nation on the planet. And
how would they even know the Nova Corps exists?
Wasn't the Nova Corps created in space?
Yep. I'm pretty sure that's the reason.
Have the strongest metal on Earth. Wakanda is leagues above S.H.I.E.L.D. technologically. They could easily create a device like that, and it would
Except they don't know the Nova Corps exists, though.
Wouldn't be considered poorly written because it's been consistently shown they have the resources to do so.
But it's poorly written because they don't know that the Nova Corps exists. Also, it just makes them extremely broken.
Okoye, Captain America, Hawkeye, Ghost, and Abomination lead a whole...
How the hell is Abomination a zombie? Come on.
Again.
Also, Captain America, my man. Marvel ruined you forever. But we was Wakanda gangs and shit.
of zombies against the heroes, consisting of the main...
Congratulations. The modern new characters versus the beloved old characters. Just what we always wanted.
Group, the liberated Black Widows, and the mind-controlled zombies, with Abomination throwing zombies onto the roof to storm the base, as well as Captain America, who sneaks in to fight Red Guardian in a fight that actually wasn't too bad and was quite creative.
What? Come on, Lumar, you're an idiot. That had a nut punch scene.
After Red Guardian kills him, Ghost and Abomination storm the base, killing the Widows and forcing the rest to retreat, where this bitch kills herself for absolutely no reason. Seriously, I've got no idea why she stops. She could have just gotten away and set off the explosives and she would have been fine, but instead she does this.
Nah, I disagree. She literally stops the zombies in place and buys them time to escape. Because if she hadn't done that, Abomination for sure would have gotten to them way sooner. Now, you could argue her sacrifice to save Yelena was meaningless because she dies later anyway, but I think that's more so a testament to how dark and hopeless this universe is.
No, it's not dark and hopeless. Come on, man. No, this show's not even freaking dark. You have freaking stupid MCU humor every 5 minutes.
The heroic sacrifices that would normally save everyone for good in the main timeline ultimately just delays the inevitable in this one. And that's part of why I think this show is so good. But let's continue.
Blade kills Ghost in a pretty well choreographed fashion, except at the end. I don't know why a zombie who isn't alive would gasp after being stabbed in the chest instead of swinging their sword.
You are technically correct in that conventionally zombies shouldn't be able to feel pain. They also don't talk, but they do in this. They also aren't smart enough to shoot arrows accurately or...
You do seem to forget that the original Marvel Zombies comic is all about the heroes being fully aware that they're zombies and being able to use their powers and speak. Idiots. Like, come on. Did you even read a comic book?
I don't think he did.
throw spears, but they do in this. They also don't use shields, but they do in this. They also aren't sentient enough to use magic, but they do in this. You see where I'm going with this, right?
And not once did he even bring up the comic. Highchd, you're a hack.
This isn't really the show to criticize for not following traditional zombie rules. Not to mention, zombie rules within themselves are inconsistent because what zombies can and can't do change throughout different interpretations of media all the time. So there's no specific set of rules that the zombies themselves have to follow.
I can actually clarify that. I have been doing my zombie research.
How long do we have for the video?
We are 13 minutes into a 24-minute video.
All right, that's over half.
Yeah, we're over half. You want to continue?
Yeah.
Okay.
They escape on the bikes and blow up the base, and for some reason, only now Yelena starts crying for the woman from before. It took her traveling without her throughout the tunnel and then blowing up the building for her to notice she's just not with them anymore.
I think Yelena just assumed that she was going to follow them out because Yelena didn't tell her that she was sacrificing herself. She told Alexi. Yelena's still running when all that's happening, so she has no clue what's going on. So it makes sense that she has no clue she's dead until after they're outside.
We then get a flashback showing the outbreak first starting, with Shang-Chi and Katie trying to escape the chaos.
Oh, yay, these two idiots. And that stupid cop from the Wasp and Ant-Man movie.
Meet up with Jimmy and begin fighting, helped by his dad and his private army that starts to mow down the zombies. Shang ends up
Fake Madrian, by the way.
Bit, and his dad gives him the rings to help keep the infection at bay. And then, for no reason whatsoever, he just stands around and lets these zombies eat him. I get you don't have the rings anymore, but you are a master martial artist. Don't you want to try, I don't know, protecting your son? Sorry, I forgot. The plot fairy wanted some drama, so this is fucking happening.
You're so right, man. Why would they show a loving father turn around and spend his last moments saying goodbye to his son? Why couldn't they just show him keep fighting like nothing happened? Like, dude, weren't you complaining earlier that some of the characters had no emotional response to some of the zombies, and now characters can't be emotional?
Because it makes no damn sense. Why would you just stand around and say goodbye when you have a fighting chance? Like, why? It doesn't make any sense, man. It's not him being inconsistent. He's just pointing out bad writing. Come on. I mean, I get it's the fake Madrian, but come on. Holy crap, we still haven't gotten the actual Madrian in the Marvel Universe. MCU.
Your mind, dude. By the time he had given the rings to Shang-Chi, there were so many zombies behind him and extremely close that the only thing keeping him from dying at that point was the rings. So once he lost those, there really wasn't much he could do in that time.
Dude, he's a master martial artist. They literally established that in the stupid movie. He could have easily found a way to, I don't know, jump on their heads or something.
Frame.
They then evacuate, and 5 years later, they're transporting some cows when Skrulls arrive.
Marvel ripping off Mad Max because they're out of ideas.
To steal them, and for some reason the writers decide to rip off Mad Max. That's about all I can say for this scene.
Congratulations! I foresaw another joke.
You reach New Orleans and end up meeting with the other group, where everyone is hoping to get on a ship to a safe haven, one that's run by Zemo and Walker. Zemo agrees to take them onto his city, which turns out to be the Raft. Kamala explains the data nugget and that they're trying to get to New Asgard to get it into space. And no one reacts to this. New Asgard wasn't a thing until after Infinity War, so how the hell is everyone just so chill about hearing the words New Asgard?
Because it's been 5 years. New Asgard is already established and already public knowledge by this point. So,
but why? Infinity War didn't happen. Duh. Did you not pay attention, man? Do you need to go back to MCU school? Mecha G75, welcome to the stream. Ow.
Are you okay?
Yeah, microphone fell. Oh, you were saying?
Also, it wasn't an Infinity War. It was an Endgame where they show us New Asgard in
Oh, you're
Norway.
right. Damn. So New Asgard shouldn't even freaking exist at this point.
Yeah, because Thor Ragnarok happened. Thor said to Earth then. Then the events of Infinity War happened that delayed those plans. The Thanos snap, 5 years later, boom, New Asgard and Endgame.
Why would they have any reason to react to this in the way you're saying they should have?
After Okoye destroys New Orleans, she telepathically gives Namor the Queen's gift, and Kamala has another nightmare. Namor and his Atlanteans attack the raft, with Zemo ejecting Kamala, Blade, Red Guardian, and Yelena to try and feed him to slow them down. And for some reason, after ejecting them, he doesn't bother to put the walls of the raft back up, allowing Namor to launch them back into the cell and destroying the cell door, flooding the raft, with Namor being placed in a containment cell as his army attacks. Zemo is just a massive, egotistical dickhead, and Walker is a cowardly pussy, by the way. I've got no...
Of course, we got to punch down John Walker after we made him way too badass. That's all right, Micah G.
idea why they massacred my boys like this.
I mean, Zemo has always been egotistical and arrogant, though. His whole shtick in the MCU is that only he knows what's best for the world, and that superheroes, even the ones who try to help people, should be eradicated. So if anything, him celebrating about feeding the heroes to the zombies perfectly fits his character. This scene is basically showing Zemo's arrogance coming back to bite him. Also, the same could kind of be said for Walker in the sense that he has an ego, even more so here because he's not really bound by Cap's morals in this universe because he isn't Captain America. So I don't really think they massacred anything.
The heroes fight them off while Zemo, Walker, and the civilians get away.
Oh, of course, the woman played by Awkwafina can use the damn rings.
When they all try and evacuate, Namor bursts out of the containment unit to attack them. They then all smash into Zemo's escape pod, with Namor killing all the nameless nobodies while not killing people like Red Guardian, even though he has them dead to rights, because it's not an episode written by the What If team without plenty of plot armor and random bullshit happening.
Not really. This isn't badly written. If that was a normal human, that fly tackle by Namor definitely would have killed him. It's almost like Red Guardian's harder to kill because he's a super soldier. I don't know.
Dude, Captain America can freaking bleed. Stop acting like they're practically nigh invulnerable. Yes, he was. The entire reason he attacked for Civil War was because he wanted to avenge his family that was killed in Age of Ultron.
And in Falcon the Winter Soldier, he wanted to continue his work of killing super soldiers.
Ah, damn. Why did you have to remind me of that stupid show?
No, I could just be tripping, y'all.
You then get another
You are tripping.
flashback where Spider-Man narrates how he,
Oh, look, here we go. We get Spider-Man.
T'Challa, and Scott fought against Thanos and Wakanda before being joined by Thor, Rocket, and Groot shortly afterwards. And I shit you not, these three get wiped out in seconds because they decided to just charge straight into an Infinity Stone-powered Thanos. It's actually so pathetic how Rocket and Groot die.
I don't see the problem. The heroes charged into Thanos with the stones with the main timeline too. The difference is Thanos held back in Infinity War because he wasn't killing for the fun of it. Whereas here, he's a mindless beast, and so he doesn't hold back. And
it's still stupid.
Rocket and Groot, clearly being the weaker ones, paid the price for it.
Anyways, Thanos somehow destroys Stormbreaker with the Power Stone, despite...
How the hell did Spider-Man just throw Stormbreaker?
I think I actually know the answer to that. It wasn't created with the worthiness of Mjolnir, which is why Thanos in Endgame was able to grab it.
Oh, I see.
Stormbreaker being able to handle all 6 Infinity Stones in this movie.
Yeah, this point is pretty fair. That didn't really make any sense to me either. Now, it is worth mentioning this is a different universe. And
oh my god, he's using that excuse again! It's an alternate universe, so maybe it's different here. No, idiot, that's not how it works. That doesn't magically change the properties of a certain item.
That one could argue that the rules can be changed, and because of that, certain feats that we saw the stones do in the main universe don't really apply here. But at the same time, Stormbreaker is a god's weapon created by the power of a sun. So even with that, there's no way Thanos should have been able to destroy it in 2 seconds.
And then I shit you not, Black Panther, with one leg missing I might add, goes 1v1 with Thanos and defeats him. I want to go on a tangent here because I'm so fucking sick of how Marvel have been handling T'Challa recently. On the one hand, they want to make him this massively important figure to this universe, who's so cool and awesome he can take on Thanos with all the Infinity Stones and somehow fucking win.
Hate to interrupt, but a minor correction. Thanos didn't have all the Infinity Stones. In fact, I'm pretty sure the only reason T'Challa had any chance at all was because he was using the Mind Stone to enhance his attacks. By the time Thanos does get his hands on the Mind Stone, he doesn't even get a chance to use it. The way they wrote the fight was pushing it logically a little bit, but overall, it was still believable because T'Challa didn't really overpower Thanos. He just used his own power against him.
Okay, then why didn't Black Panther win in Infinity War? Explain that to me. Stormbreaker was made to be wielded by people who are strong enough without going mad. Okay, thank you. Khalil, are you still there?
Yes,
Okay, I thought you died on me for a second.
not yet.
But then they just won't allow him to live because apparently he has to die because Chadwick died. I get it. People loved him and he did a good portrayal, but he's not the character. Just recast him already for fuck's sake.
I actually don't disagree with you when it comes to seeing more of T'Challa, but as I said before, there's nothing really inherently wrong with the scene.
Also, this fight scene is accompanied by some shitty hip-hop African blended music that just ruins the fight as well.
Man, the music's still stupid. That music still sounded horrible.
This is New Asgard?
No, that is.
How do you miss this giant fucking door? Valkyrie initially refuses to let them
Oh,
in.
look, it's Valkyrie, a character absolutely nobody likes.
Also, New Asgard doesn't look like that in the movies.
This is made by the What If team. If they couldn't even get they can't get anything right when it comes to consistency. Sorry.
But agrees after talking to Khonshu. And I'm sorry, but how the fuck did they build this? New Asgard in the mainline MCU was a tiny little village because that's all they could build. But here they somehow made a giant indoor palace.
Does it matter? You just
Yes!
answered your own question by
It's internal consistency, you moron.
saying this isn't the mainline MCU. So I'd imagine the
Maybe they probably asked the people from the movies to see if we could create our version of Asgard to look like yours, or should we make it different? I don't know.
circumstances are a little bit different as far as where they built New Asgard as well as how they built it. Like, of course, it's not going to be exactly the same.
It should be, though.
They enter the palace, they find Thor, who is sitting motionless on his throne after he failed to defeat Thanos. He then comes across Wanda, who has manipulated her way into New Asgard, and Wanda attacks the group, wanting access to Kamala's powers. Zemo gets killed off because he stands around being snarky instead of attacking the zombies, and Death Dealer and Jimmy are killed shortly afterwards. The group escape because Wanda floats around talking shit instead of stopping them from getting away, and as they're getting on the spaceship, Redguard...
Yeah, Wanda's once again character assassinated. Because...
They can't help themselves.
Nope.
And becomes infected, forcing them to leave him behind. Wanda stops them from flying away, but before she can get them, Thor reappears.
Wait a minute!
The group escape because Wanda floats around talking shit instead of stopping them from getting away.
You know she could have done more, right?
It's revealed
Stop acting like you're smarter than everyone else, Highchd. You've barely read a comic book in your life.
But in order to contain all the power of the stones from destroying the world, they turned Bruce into a conduit for their energy, allowing him to absorb all of it and contain it. And I'm sorry, but if destroying all the stones does this, then how did Thanos and his planet not get destroyed at the start of Endgame when he destroyed the stones as well? Oh yeah, it's because the writers love writing bollocks.
This is pretty self-explanatory if you watch the scene from Endgame. Thanos was able to destroy the stones in a more regulated way, so to speak, where he did it in a controlled environment by reducing the stones to atoms. Like, Thanos literally had to sacrifice his own body in the process to prevent the energy from destroying everything.
Except we never get a description of that process, you moron.
Here, the stones are killed by external factors, and since Thanos is a zombie, there's no conduit to stop the energy from running unchecked. I don't know how the 4,000 people who like this fell for what he said, because the movie literally tells you this, but, you know, here we are, I guess.
Because they're smarter than you.
Starts to attack Hulk, and I gotta ask, if he's basically a living Infinity Gauntlet, why doesn't he just snap them all out of existence or rewrite the universe so the virus doesn't exist? Like,
oh yeah, Hulk dies.
Really?
Yeah, he gets killed off, even though he has all the powers of the Infinity Stones. Hulk gets killed off because we cannot let Hulk be Hulk.
Well, does the power of the Infinity Stones is that what killed him?
No, it's the zombies.
Uh,
And it's the freaking Hulk. I love how Wanda relies on an army. Remember when that happened? No.
me neither.
what the fuck are the rules at this point?
The thing with that is, I don't think Hulk has direct access to the abilities of the Infinity Stones. At this point, the stones are destroyed, so it's basically just raw energy that he has to contain. He can't.
Then what makes the stones work then? What are the rules?
His gamma radiation? I don't know.
Physically use the power of the stones, though, as he's just an anchor. The show literally tells you this.
Anyways,
Does it? Then show the clip.
he starts out using his energies to wipe out Abomination and entire armies of zombies, but then he decides to just be a complete fucking idiot, and he just stands in one spot punching them, allowing them to keep hitting and weakening him.
I mean, given that he's an anchor, he's kind of stuck within that vicinity. He doesn't have the luxury of moving around constantly because, well, that would destabilize the infinity energy he was supposed to maintain. So him not moving around much makes sense.
Hawkeye, Hank, and Janet then try and kill them, but they end up getting killed themselves. And Scott has no reaction to the fact his mentor is then killed off in front of him. Just terrific writing as always.
I don't think Scott even saw what was going on. And again, even if he did, this just goes back to what I said at the beginning of the video. They've likely been zombies for so long, I doubt Scott even cares at this point.
Why would he? Oh, that's a good idea. Have it that the heroes just stop caring. That's great writing. Wonderful. 10 out of 10 job. Like, I'm pretty sure you would care, even if it's been 5 years, if your mentor dies, even if he was turned into a zombie. The psychological effects. Come on, man. Why the fudge? Why don't they just use World Breaker Hulk? Because Marvel hates the Hulk, okay?
If anything, he'd want them to be put out of their misery.
Wanda then brings in the fallen heroes, including Hope and Thor, who kills 2 of the sorcerers and then summons Stormbreaker. The same.
Wait, wasn't Thor not a zombie beforehand? What?
Stormbreaker that Thanos destroyed years ago.
I mean, it's clearly not the same Stormbreaker because it's glowing red, which clearly means Wanda had some sort of a role in bringing it back for him to use.
What?
I mean,
She's
it is
never been
color
able
red.
to use. But they don't. When was she had the ability to make things like that happen?
Anyways, I think I've made my point with how disingenuous this review is. Plus, he
I
doesn't.
think you just further showcased how much of a dumbass you are.
That
Lord Almighty. Well, that's all I got for tonight, folks. You got to see me get trolled twice on stream.
But at least we had some good laughs.
And I guess at the end of the day, if I've been entertaining, then I win. So, if you like what you see here today, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to know when I'm going live, and I'll see you all next time. Remember to always be awesome, guys. Khalil, you got anything to say?
This is Soundwave signing off.
Goodbye, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.